Extended periods of time on the computer can be quite tiring, and yet still, we managed to do it. And of course, seeing Rabbi Rosner over here, this was all sparked to Rabbi Rosner, I must say, because my dad, when he initially went into this stage of being dependent on the ventilator and so on and so forth, he would listen daily for hours to Rabbi Rosner's numerous shurim, which he still does. And excuse me, Rabbi Rosner, but I told my dad that audio listening is one thing, but you also have to see the words inside. So I had made sure that he would see all the words inside, and we progressed to Mesechet Avodah Zarah in a slowly but thoroughly manner. Okay, so we're going to proceed to the siyum. Everyone can have a seat. And official timing over here is
responsive and caring, and of course it makes a difference because we all want to be loved and we all want to love others. So fortunately for myself, observing the way the staff here operates and then the way our family and our friends and family have been supporting us is there's no words to express our gratitude. We are here because of you. We're standing on your shoulders. The community has been in every way so caring and so supportive that you were able to predict difficulties before I even understood that I was going to have them. And first year, I would take every single Friday, Shabbat, and Sunday with 2 grandchildren, and I was being cooked up for a whole year. Bringing some food to me, and I was able to serve half Shabbat and Shabbatot here with my husband and 2 grandchildren for 9 months straight, every single Shabbat. At some point, then I decided to not to hog all the privilege of being here for Shabbat for myself. So we decided to alternate Shabbatot. What happened was, after 9 months, we decided to make it I come 1 week and one of our children come. So basically, I'm here 2 weeks a month, and the other 2 weeks is wonderful. The children are there, and because we have 4, so it rotates over 2 months. And it's been a miraculous undertaking. When I first came here, I had to find a place to stay, and it wasn't so precious because I wasn't going to go and find an apartment for myself. And miraculously, a friend from Ramot Gimel, her Machatenis, that lives the closest to this Rova. This is Rova Aleph. Rova Gimel is the closest religious area to Rova Aleph. And her Machatenis took me in, like, I can't tell you anything less than like part of the family. They call me Doda Memel. That's how much they take me in and made me part of their whole life. And we're talking about every week being able to have a place to stay and a family to consult with, because in the end of the day, Ashton was a new world for me. I didn't know. It's a beautiful world. I didn't realize how special it is to be so close to the ocean and be able to refresh myself and take a couple of minutes if I want to and take a reprieve. So we got a place to stay almost instantly. My children said, how are you going to find a room with a family? And it happened almost instantly. And then came Shabbatot that I was here. It was very important to be able to see that there would be somebody to make kiddush for my husband other than myself. And there was a dear cousin, I hope he'll come tonight. His name is Reb Kubicek, and he comes every Friday night. He does Mincha, Kabbalah Shabbos, he does Ma'ariv, he does Kiddush, Eshes Chayil, Lane, Mirot, and then walks an hour back to his home. His wife is waiting for him. And it was Friday night. He comes home, and his wife and his children, 10 children, are waiting for him. And while he's here, taking care of, making sure. And he calls me in the middle of the week, Mrs. Miller, how are you doing? You're going to be here. You need me to come Friday night. And he sees this as the biggest opportunity in his life. And he comes every Friday night like this, with the exception of when Ezra comes. When Ezra comes for his Shabbat, Ezra is Samud. He stays next to my husband, and he does everything. But still, when the girls come, or when I come, I can't do what he can do. And this is not the end of it. So he comes, he's here for almost an hour, and then he spends another hour to walk home, and he comes back Motzei Shabbat, and then he comes and makes Havdalah for us. He drives me back to where I stay in Rova Gimel. And every single week. This is a miraculous thing. It's a mala. He will not take a penny for this. He sees this as a zchut.
Everyone is welcome to wash and help yourself in the Sudat Mitzvah. And we'll hear some divrei bracha from the Rav. Is that okay? From Rabbi Rodner. Yes, we have the Rav here. Okay, so the end of Masechet Avodah Zarah deals with the halachas of kashering, Haga'olah, coming up to Pesach now, and so the last halacha mentioned in the Mishnah over here is that if a person buys a second-hand knife from a used knife from a guy, which presumably has beliot, has absorbed the taste of all those things that he used to cut, then in addition to that, it also has fat on the outside of the knife, so you have a way to use the knife even without doing haga'olah. As long as you cut the knife with cold, we know, as long as the food is cold, it doesn't extract what's absorbed inside the metal, and you only have to make sure to clean the residue from the outside of the knife. And that's the Mishnah says, Hasakim, the knife, shafa b'hi tahora. The knife that you purchased from a non-Jew, you shafa, the Rashi says, locha be'even, you polish it, and that makes it usable now for cold. Of course, use it for hot, you'd have to obviously do haga'olah. And here the Gemara concludes, Omar Rav Ukva Bar Chama, Rav Ukva Bar Chama states, V'no asa asora pa'amim bakarta, you have to, according to Rashi, in addition to polishing it with a stone, you, so to speak, stab it into the karka to really make sure, into ground, into unplowed ground, to really make sure that it's all the residue, all the fat that might be stuck to it are removed. And this is, even though the Gemara says 10 times, but the Rishonim here mentioned that Slav after 10. Like we said, you stick the knife in the ground, you stab it into the ground that has not been yet touched, untouched ground. That's still firm. We're speaking about only a knife that has no pores on the side of it. So this way, your job will be clear. like a knife that we have today, normal smooth knife. That is the method by which you can use this knife. Like we mentioned, the heter you have is only to use this knife with cold, cutting cold food. The Gemara here concludes with a story that Mar Yehuda and Barti Bartuvi, they were sitting in front of the king, I think the Persian king. He had respect for the Jews, and Aisu the Kalmayu etroga. So his servants, his waiters, his butlers brought in front of them, served them with etrogim, a food that was, I guess, just eaten as it was, maybe it was cooked. Pasak ochal, one of them the Shvor Malka cut and he ate himself. Pasak v'havle lebati bartuvi, the next one he cut and he served with bati bartuvi. Again, the connection here is the knife. We're dealing with that knife that obviously is used in this non-kosher kitchen. And Hadar Zasa Asara Zizi Ba'ara, and now he took the knife and he stabbed it in the karka, really making sure that it's clean in the ground. And Pasak Havle Lamar Yehuda, and then he cut an esrog and served Mar Yehuda. So if you've noticed over here, he just was choshesh for the kashrus of Mar Yehuda and not for Bati Bar Tuvi. So Omar le Bati Bar Tuvi Vahu Gavar La Bar Yisraelu. Am I not Jewish that you just cut me my esrog without making sure that it's clean? I see you know the halachot. You know the halachot that it has to be completely clean. When you cut the esrog for Mar Yehuda, you made sure that it was fully clean. So Amar Le, he told him, Mar kimle begave, Mar lo kimle begave. Meaning Rav Yehuda, I know he's a well-known Jew for his pre-shoot. Rashi says, Rav Yehuda makir ani boshu parush, velo yachal devar isur. I know him. I know how he's makbid on what goes into his mouth. You, I don't know, so I figured you'd eat it either way. Here the Gemara brings another version. Ika de Amri, some say, Amar Le, what the king told Mar Yehuda was, Iskar mai avadis ba'urza. What he told, Bati Bartuvi, is remember what happened last night. Rashi here says, and Tosfos makes it a bit more softer, but it was the minhag of the Persians that when they had guests, they would. Rashi says, "Derech parsim limsor nashim la'achsanayim," to give them women for their guests, and Bati Bartuvi, he accepted her, he took her in, whereas Mar Yehuda did not. So from that I picked up that he's a God-fearing Jew and you're not. Although Tosfos says that what he missed out on, what the Persian kids didn't know, is that Bati Bartuvi was actually an Evet Kanani. He was a guy that was purchased by a Jew and went through the process of Gerus, like an Evet Kanani, partial Gerus, and the halacha allowed an Evet Kanani to be with shifcha. But that the king didn't pick up on, and therefore he thought, if this was not a God-fearing Jew, then I can also cut him an esrog without koshering the knife. Okay, Hadron Allah Chantocher Tapoel, the Slik Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah. This is on behalf of Shomea Keone, on behalf of my father as well, who's seen it all inside together with me. Hadron Allah Chantocher Tapoel, Slik Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah. Hadron Allah Chantocher Tapoel, Slik Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah. Hadron Allah Chantocher Tapoel, Slik Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah. Hadron Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'Adrach Halan. Hadron Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'Adrach Halan. Lo nitnashim minach Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'lo titnashim minan. Lo ba'al mahadin v'lo ba'al mahadat. Hadron Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'Adrach Halan. Hadron Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'Adrach Halan. Lo nitnashim minach Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'lo titnashim minan. Lo ba'al mahadin v'lo ba'al mahadat. Hadron Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'Adrach Halan. Hadron Allah Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'Adrach Halan. Lo nitnashim minach Mesechet Avodah Zarah v'lo titnashim minan. לא בעלמא הדין ולא בעלמא דעתי. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבינו, שתהי תורתך אומנותנו בעולם הזה ותהי עמנו לעולם הבא. חנינא בר פפא, רמי בר פפא, נחמן בר פפא, חי בר פפא, אבא מורי בר פפא, רפרון בר פפא, רכיש בר פפא, סורסקוף בר פפא, עדו בר כובע, דובו בר כובע. הערב נועדו אינו אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו בפיות עמך בית ישראל ונהיה כולנו אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל כולנו ידי שמך ולומדי תורתך מאוהביך וחכמים ומצוותיך כי לעולם הילי ויתאמן בחוקך למען לא יבוש לעולם לא אשכח פקודך טבעם חיתנים ברוך אתה אדוני למדני פקודך אמן 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 סלע ועת. מודים אנחנו לפניך אדוני אלוהינו ולהבתנו ששמת חלקנו ביושבי בית המדרש ושמת חלקנו ביושבי קרנות שאנו משכימים והם משכימים אנו משכימים לדברי תורה והם משכימים לדברים בטלים אנו עמידים והם עמידים אנו עמידים ומקבלים שכר והם עמלים ואינם מקבלים שכר אנו רצים והם רצים אנו רצים לחיי העולם הבא והם רצים לבאר שחת שנאמר ואתה אלוהים תורידים לבאר שחת אנשי דמים ומרמול היחיד ימיהם להריב תבוא יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהי שבשם שעזרתנו לסיים מסכת עבודה זרה כן תעזרנו להתחיל מסכתות בספרים אחרים ולסיימם וללמוד וללמד לשמור ולעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה ובזכות כל התנאים והמורים ותלמידי חכמים יעמוד לנו ולזרענו שלא תמוש תורה מפינו בפי זרענו וזרע זרענו עד עולם ותתקיים בנו ותהלכך תנחה אותך בשכבך תשמור עליך והקיצותיך היא תשיחך ציבי ירבו ירמך ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים אורך ימים בימינו בשמאלו יושב וכבוד אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום איבה מן כל בחסה ושירת עטוש בחסה ונחמת אדם ירון בעלמה אמרו אמן על ישראל ועל רבנן ועל תלמידיהם ועל כל תלמידי הון על כל מאן דעסקין באורייתא ודבעתרא הדין וזכרו בכל אתר ואתר יהי לנו ולכל שלום הרבה חינא וחסדה ורחמים וחיים ורחין ומזעונר רבי וקרא מן קדם המכון דשמיא והרב אמרו אמן שלום הרבה בן שמעיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל אמרו אמן עוד שלום אמרו ברוך יעשה ורחם ושלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן
miss you. So that's why all of us came, because we miss you.
That's true.
We really miss you. I want to say two things. First of all, what's the connection between Siyum, the Siyum, and Adar? The connection is very simple. In Purim is a Torah Shabbat Peh holiday that is related to Shavuot. We know they have pairs. Sukkot has to do with Hanukkah. The Sfat Emet says that Pesach we're still waiting for Chagagula. Some say it's Yom HaTzmaut. Shavuot is Purim because Purim is Hadur Kiblua B'mei Achashverosh. In Purim, the Gemara says that there was a new acceptance of the Torah by Am Yisrael, but this time willingly and without any coercion. We saw, a Kabbalah Meratzah. When Manny makes a siyum on Masechet Avodah Zarah, that's Hadur Kiblua B'mei Achashverosh. That's the acceptance, not out of coercion. The most extreme example for an acceptance of Torah totally out of will, against all odds. That's the best illustration of the nature of the Kabbalah Torah of Adar. So, Siyum and Adar, by Manny, that's the best example for Hadur Kiblua B'mei Achashverosh, for the re-acceptance of the Torah, not out of coercion, but rather out of true will. Pure will. That's one point. And the second point is that the nature of Purim is Lech Knos et Kol HaYehudim. Haman said that we are spread, that we're separated, that we're not together. And the tikkun for that is when Lech Knos et Kol HaYehudim b'Shushan, is when Esther tells Mordechai that all the Jews should gather together, that they become a kahal, they become a community. And that's why there is a mashloach manot ish lere'eu umatanot le'evyonim. The mitzvot of Purim are mitzvot of getting together, of becoming a community. So to do an event that is all about community, all about getting together, all about showing that even if we have a representative of the community out there, out of Jerusalem, in Ashdod, but we're coming to him, and he invites us warmly, and he organizes for us, and the family organizes, Siyum, Sudas Mitzvah, all this, that's the essence of the community. So Baruch Hashem that you were mizakeh for doing the two aspects of Adar, the reacceptance of the Torah out of pure will, and with this tremendous message to all of us, an inspiration to all of us, and getting together as a community in such a special thing. As I said in Shul several weeks ago, we all go from time to time to weddings, and we're even driving out of town. This is like the best wedding. I mean, all weddings are best, don't get me wrong. But this is amazing. So we thank you for the opportunity. We say a grace Yisher Koch to everybody who came. We know that some people really wanted to come. There are many that wanted to come and couldn't make it this evening. Etc. They'll make it other evenings. Bezrat Hashem Yitbarach. So, Baruch Hashem that we're zocheh to see you Messiah, and to be together with you. All these people who really like you came to see you and to tell you how much they're inspired by you and how much they appreciate you.
No.
Lashem,